Lakshmipati, right? So yes, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Hare. Please go ahead.
So falling on the ground, Nityananda offered his obeisances to the sannyasi, who quickly picked up the Lord and took him on his lap. Nityananda said to Lakshmipati again and again, "Please initiate me and deliver me." Hearing Mataji.
I'm just smiling. Nityananda said to Lakshmipati. Yeah, go ahead.
Hearing Nityananda's sweet words, the sannyasi was agitated and began to float in his own tears. Unable to disobey the order of Lord Balrama, Lakshmipati on that very day gave initiation to Lord Nityananda. After giving him the mantra, the sannyasi took the Lord on his lap and becoming overwhelmed. His body trembled in ecstasy. The most merciful Lord Nityananda is very dear to Lakshmipati. What is there he cannot do? He is himself the fully independent Supreme Lord. In this way, Lord Nityananda, the reservoir of love and well-wisher of the devotees, increased the ecstasy of the whole Madhva Sampradaya. By becoming a disciple of Sri Lakshmipati, Lord Nityananda increased the ecstasy of his Guru. Very soon after this, Lord Nityananda went to another place. Others are unable to understand the Lord's pastimes. Being bereft of Nityananda's association, the sannyasi became greatly agitated. Without speaking to anyone, he thought deeply to himself. As night was ending, Lakshmipati fell asleep. In a dream, Lord Nityananda appeared before him. Seeing the Lord, the most sober Lakshmipati could not check his tears. Then Nityananda manifested his form of Lord Balrama before Lakshmipati. Seeing this, the sannyasi fell at his feet, wet with his tears. The sannyasi said again and again, "You have incarnated just to bewilder me. Lord Brahma does not know you. Others cannot know you. Only those whom you desire can know you. Why are you tricking me? I am a most insignificant insect, a fool. Please show mercy on me, for I am surrendered to you." Hearing the words of Sri Lakshmipati, the Lord again appeared as Lord Nityananda. The form of the Lord was more enchanting than flashing bolt of lightning. Seeing such beauty, Lakshmipati became agitated in love. Lord Nityananda then bestowed his mercy and fulfilled Sri Lakshmipati's desire. The Lord forbade Lakshmipati to disclose this incident, and after solacing him, he disappeared. Lakshmipati became greatly distressed upon losing the Lord's darshan. He woke up from his sleep and saw that night had passed. He was unable to speak to anyone and could not remain patient. From that day, his condition was wonderful. Seeing his state, all his disciples became worried. Then suddenly Lakshmipati left their association, went back to Godhead.
Yeah.
What do Hare Krishna?
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't want to say a thing. We'll continue to hear. Somebody else, please. What do I know?
Hare Krishna Mata.
Hari Hari.
What do I know of the character of Sri Lakshmipati? He is very dear to Lord Nityananda and is well known in the world. The devotion of the residents of Pandharpur cannot be described. Even today, they have very strong devotion by the mercy of Lord Nityananda. According to his own desires, the Lord then traveled to different holy places in great joy. After some days, he met Srila Madhavendra Puri near Pratichi Tirtha, Who can describe the manifestation of love when they met? Only one who has seen can know. Madhavendra Puri accepted Nityananda as his friend, but Nityananda accepted Madhavendra Puri as his guru. In the Chaitanya Bhagavata, Madhavendra Puri states, because Lord Krishna has special love for me, therefore I have obtained a friend such as Nityananda. Ishwar Puri and others were all astonished seeing the relationship, and they all developed deep love for Nityananda. Nityananda and Madhavendra drowned in the nectar of Krishna consciousness, and for some time they discussed both day and night together. Lord Nityananda took leave of Madhavendra Puri and went to Setubandha, Rameshwar, for darshan. Sri Madhavendra Puri took his disciples headed by Ishwar Puri and went to Suraya Tirtha. Both Lord Nityananda and Madhavendra Puri nearly died feeling separation for each other, but due to their love for Krishna, they somehow survived. Although Lord Nityananda is very sober, still he traveled everywhere. In a few days, Lord Nityananda reached Mathura and enjoyed sporting in the mood of a child with the young boys there. Whoever saw Lord Nityananda just once could not leave his association for a moment. Lord Nityananda is the supreme personification of sweetness. Innumerable people came to see him. Lord Nityananda, however, did not remain in one place, but wandered throughout Vraja in great ecstasy. Sometimes he would go to Golaka in Mahavana and see Madan Gopal and stay there for some time. When he saw the house of Nanda Maharaj, he would shed tears as he remembered his previous pastimes. He then departed for further pilgrimage. The Lord offered obeisances to Madan Gopal and departed for Hastinapur, where the Pandavas once resided. He then returned to the forest of Vraja and performed amazing pastimes on the bank of Yamuna. Sometimes he would sit under the beautiful Vat tree, and sometimes he would roll in the dust. Sometimes he would decorate himself with various flowers, and sometimes he would call out, "Where is Kanai, the Lord of my life?" Filled with ecstatic feelings, the body of Lord Nityananda would tremble, and his long lotus eyes would fill with tears. Thus the Lord enjoyed his pastimes in Vrindavan. Who has the power to understand his activities?
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare. Somebody else, please. Lord Nityananda could understand.
Hare. Am I audible? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, please.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Lord Nityananda could understand that Lord Chaitanya was secretly enjoying his pastimes at Navadvipa. Lord Nityananda, the wielder of the plough, smiled, and in ecstasy the hair of his body constantly stood on end. The Lord thus became impatient due to attraction to Lord Chaitanya, who departed for Navadvipa from here. For 20 years, Lord Nityananda traveled to the holy places. Who can describe all the pastimes he performed during that time? Who can describe all that pastimes he performed during that time? This is the pastime place of Lord Nityananda. Whoever sees this place is most fortunate. O Srinivasa, this is the Chiragata, also called the Sayana Gata by some people. One day after performing Rasa Leela, Radha and Krishna along with the Sakhis came to take bath at this place. Keeping their clothes and the ornaments under this nipa tree, they entered the waters of the Yamuna wearing only their undergarments. They had become tired due to their various sporting activities, but by the touch of the water of the Yamuna, their fatigue vanquished and they become refreshed. Enjoying great fun from their water sports, they entered a cluster of lotus Then Krishna, unnoticed by the gopis, returned to the shore, hid the gopis' clothes, and returned to the water. After finishing their water sports, they returned to shore and became worried of not seeing their clothes. At that time, Krishna, seeing the wonderfully beautiful scene, returned the gopis' clothes after joking with them. At this place, Krishna stole the gopis' dresses, relieved his fatigue, and enjoyed many other pastimes. Radha and Krishna, along with the gopis, enjoyed various pastimes here at Niduvana.
Niduvana. Yeah, Niduvana. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Very, very. Especially this pastime of Vastrapaharana. This has a greater meaning. Greater meaning. And in front of the Lord, all these, the clothes they are like layers of the layers that are present on our soul. The layer of body, the layer of mind, the layer of intelligence that is affected by modes, the layer of false ego. So, Lord Krishna is asking us to stand before Him without these layers, all these layers that are foreign to the soul. The Atma, the relationship of Atma with Paramatma is without any layers. No layers of Bhumira Puranalo Vayur Kammano Buddhireva Chahankara iti yamme bhinna prakritirashtada. None of these layers. We are spiritual beings and meant to lovingly reciprocate with the supreme spiritual being. So that is the deepest meaning of this Vastrapaharana pastime. Yes, please. Somebody can continue. See, here is Keshi Tirtha.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari.
See here is Kesi Tirtha. The glories of this place are described in the Puranas. The Adi Varaha Purana says, Kesi Tirtha, the place where Kesi died, is 100 times more sacred than the Ganges. By offering Pinda in Kesi Tirtha, one attains the result of offering Pinda in Gaya. And in the Braja Vilasa Stava, it is stated, with his mad neighing, Kesi made the three worlds tremble, and with the wild rolling of his eyes, he set the entire universe in flames. Krishna killed this demon as easily as one splits a blade of grass, and then washed the blood from his hands at a place now known as Kesi Tirtha. I worship that sacred place, O Srinivasa. At this place, Dhira Samira, Krishna performed endless pastimes in the forest groves. The wonderful meeting of Radha and Krishna at this place is released by their dear associates. O Srinivasa, see here is Mani Karnika. In this forest, Krishna had many pastimes. At this place, Krishna pacified Radharani when she was in an angry mood. Please see now this wonderful, beautiful Vamsivata on the bank of the Yamuna. The shade of the Vamsivata tree removes the distress of the world. Lord Gopinatha eternally enjoys his pastimes here. His attractive dress enchants the world, and his movements are flawless as the sound of his flute attracts the gopis. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is stated, Sri Srila Gopinath, who originated the transcendental mellow of the Rasa dance, stands on the shore in Vamsivata and attracts the attention of the cowed damsels with the sound of his celebrated flute. May they all confer upon us their benediction.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Vamsivata. Prabhu, I hear you. Okay, thank you. Vamsivata. You know, Lord Krishna has so many kinds of flutes. Vamsi, Venu, Murali, like that. Vamsivata. Srila Rupa Goswami says, don't go to that bank. If you hear him singing the flute and if you look at him, you are gone forever. You are trapped. So if you want to be entangled with this material world, do not go to Vamsivata. Do not hear his flute song. Do not look at him. If you do so, you will be trapped. Yes, please. Yeah. Somebody else can continue reading this place, Vamsivata. This place, Vamsivata, was flooded and disappeared in the waters of the Yamuna. The Goswami collected one branch from the original tree and replanted that branch next to the original place. O Srinivasa, this place is supremely enchanting and cool breezes slowly blow here. Here in Vamsivata, cool breezes blow. After leaving behind everything in great agitation from the sound of the flute, the gopis came here to meet Lord Krishna at Vamsivata. They swam in the ocean of Krishna's beauty, and Krishna, seeing their love, could not remain steady. What kind of love that gopis have? Ahaituki apratihata nirupadi nira upadi prema. Nirupadi prema. So who can understand how Krishna calmly inquired about the gopis' welfare in a happy mood? In this way, Krishna tested the love of the gopis at this place, as he instructed them in various ways to return to their homes. As the rasa dance began, Krishna observed the different grades of gopis and decided to leave them, taking Radharani alone with him. Hiding at this place, Krishna happily heard the gopis' lamentation. Left alone by Krishna, the gopis inquired from the trees and creepers about his whereabouts. The gopis began imitating Krishna's pastimes, and they glorified Srimati Radharani's fortunate position. So in this rasa dance specifically, there are many kinds of gopis. Actually, there are in gopis, there are Ashtasakis who are direct expansions of Srimati Radharani. And there are also different kinds of gopis. You know those rishis of Dandakaranya who wanted to be wives of Sri Ramachandra. They had to wait until he came as Sri Krishna. So when the Lord came as Sri Krishna, then these sages of Naimisharanya came as gopis. So they were also there. So gopis of different cadre, they were present in this rasa dance. And so after dancing there for some time, Krishna took his internal potency, Srimati Radharani with her. And there happens a different rasa dance after this. And that rasa dance has only intimate gopis, the direct expansions of Srimati Radharani, like that. After fulfilling the desires of Radharani, Krishna left her also at this place. Seeing Radharani in this state, the other gopis agitated at heart. The other gopis, agitated at heart, tried to pacify her in many ways. They all assembled together, eagerly desirous to see Krishna. They began to endlessly glorify his transcendental qualities. Yeah, I'll let somebody read about this Govinda Ghata at this place.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari Hari.
At this place, known as Govinda Ghata, Krishna reappeared before the gopis and they became absorbed in transcendental bliss. The gopis carefully sat Krishna at this place, and they discussed at great length amongst themselves. O Srinivas, see the bank of the Yamuna here. At this place, Lord Krishna began his Maharas. Surrounded by millions of gopis, Krishna eagerly enjoyed his pastimes of rasa dance. As they enjoyed the rasa dance, the whole night expanded to a kalpa. This has been vividly described by Vyasa and other poets. Surrounded by the jewels amongst women, the topmost expert at transcendental mellows, Lord Krishna, who attracts the minds of everyone, expertly enjoyed the rasa dance. The following verses describing the rasa dance are from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.33.2 to 9. There on the Yamuna's banks, Lord Govinda then began the pastime of the rasa dance in the company of those jewels among women, the faithful gopis, who joyfully linked their arms together. The festive rasa dance commenced with the gopis arrayed in a circle. Lord Krishna expanded himself and entered between each pair of gopis. And as that master of mystic power placed his arms around their necks, each girl thought he was standing next to her alone. The demigods and their wives were overwhelmed with eagerness to witness the rasa dance, and they soon crowded the sky with their hundreds of celestial airplanes. Kettle drums then resounded in the sky, while flowers rained down and the chief Gandharvas and their wives sang Lord Krishna's spotless glories. A tumultuous sounds arose from armlets, ankle bells, and waist bells of the gopis as they sported with their beloved Krishna in the circle of the rasa dance. In the midst of the dancing gopis, Lord Krishna appeared most brilliant, like an exquisite sapphire in the midst of golden ornaments. As the gopis sang in praise of Krishna, their feet moved charmingly as they danced. Their arms swayed gracefully, and their eyebrows moved as they smiled playfully. Their hair loosened, and as they bent, their waist appeared ready to break. As their faces perspired, the garments on their breasts moved this way and that, and their earrings swung across their cheeks. Lord Krishna's young consort shone like streaks of lightning in a mass of clouds. Eager to enjoy conjugal love, their throats colored with various pigments, the gopis sang loudly and danced. They were overjoyed by Krishna's touch, and they sang songs that filled the entire universe. One gopi, joining Lord Mukunda in his singing, sang pure melodious tones that rose harmoniously above his. Krishna was pleased and showed great appreciation for her performance, saying, "Excellent, excellent." Then another gopi repeated the same melody, but in a special metrical pattern, and Krishna praised her also. Sri Vrajendra Kumar fulfilled all the desires of the gopis by performing the rasa dance. The Rasa Leela pastimes are the abode of great happiness. Just hearing about these pastimes will fulfill one's desires. O Srinivas, Krishna is the enchanter of the whole world, the life and soul of Sri Radhika, and the enjoyer of the rasa dance. Sri Radhika is the enchantress of the whole world, the life and soul of Lord Krishna, and the jewel among the gopis. Her only engagement is to give pleasure to Krishna, nothing else. Radharani, along with the Sakhis, are always overwhelmed, enjoying the rasa dance in Vrindavan.
Thank you. Thank you. Hari, Hari. That's all about rasa dance. Chambaras. Krishna. Purna. Mataji, I think there's one more paragraph in regards to the rasa dance. Please, you may please go ahead. Read.
Okay, Mataji. One day at this place, some wonderful pastimes took place, which I am eager to describe. Vrinda Devi thought how she would somehow or other like to see the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Thinking in this way, Vrinda Devi, along with her followers, began to make arrangement for the rasa dance. The wonderful arrangement they made are unknown even to the Narya Shastras. The dance arena was made extremely enchanting, effulgent as the bright moonshine. The surrounding gardens were also further beautified by the rays of the moon. Many sitting places, decorated with white flowers, were situated in the four directions, and in the middle, a white simhasan was carefully arranged. Pan, betel, and other spices kept on a jeweled tray attracted everyone's mind by the wonderful fragrance. The fragrance of the various flower decorations, sandalwood, and other items cannot be described. They kept their millions of chamaras, which attracted the mind. Mridangas and other musical instruments were kept in orderly rows. Parrots and kokilas were instructed to sing the glories of Radha and Krishna. Peacocks were instructed to dance and bumblebees to hum. At that time, one of Vrinda Devi's followers softly spoke to her. Following your instructions, I have gone to see why their lordships were delayed. Purnamashi has instructed Krishna to wait for Radha at Pushpavana. Sri Radhika, coming from her home, along with her Sakhis, then met Krishna at that place. Purnamasi became pleased seeing their meeting and informed them about your arrangements. Upon hearing from Purnamasi, Radha and Krishna left there on their way here. How attractive was the poise of their lotus feet as they placed their arms on each other's shoulders and proceeded along. They gazed at each other filled with intense feelings of love. There was no limit to the beauty of that enchanting scene. Seeing it caused one's eyelids to resist blinking.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Nothing to say. Yeah. So, Madhurya Leela, Audarya Leela. Lord Krishna is performing Madhurya Leela. Same Lord Krishna comes as Gauranga, performing Audarya Leela. In Madhurya Leela, there is Rasa dance and Nikunja Seva in the groves of Vrindavan. The very same Leelas in Audarya Leela, when Gauranga comes, when Lord Krishna comes as Gauranga, the very same pastimes are turned to Sankirtana and Japa. So these pastimes are easily accessible to us. The pastimes of Audarya Leela, Gauranga. While we are in this mortal body, material body, in the midst of these modes, with so much of Tamoguna, Rajoguna, the Madhurya Leela is not accessible to us, cannot be perceived, cannot be understood, too far, because that's all Vishuddha Sattva. And the Leela that is accessible to us, made accessible to us mercifully, is Audarya Leela of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And that is how we are part of Gaura Leela, the Audarya Leela, when we are performing Japa, which is Nikunja Seva. Japa is Sankirtana, the whole self, the body, the mind, the intelligence, the true self, everything as in one unit, one harmonious, ecstatic unit, glorifying the Nama is Sankirtana. The other meaning of Sankirtana is many devotees coming together and singing. That is actually Rasa dance. That's Sankirtana. Sankirtana is many devotees coming together and serving, is congregational chanting. That is compared to the Rasa dance. And Nikunja Seva is compared to Japa. It is said that when somebody does Sankirtana, congregational chanting, better, then they are qualified to give Nikunja Seva. Their Japa will be better. Also, it's other way too. When the whole self is in the glorification of Nama, then their potency to do the congregational chanting is much more. So in this way, the Japa and Sankirtana, congregational chanting, they are linked with each other. They are the part of Audarya Leela, which is made accessible to us very mercifully, while Madhurya Leela is accessible only past Prema, Vastu Siddhi, after leaving this material mortal body. So we will pause here. Those are the pastimes. And we have heard about the Vastraharana Leela also, where the soul stands naked in front of the super soul with its real identity, with no layers of material elements. That's Vastraharana Leela. That we have heard. And before that was Nityanandaram, Lakshmipati. How Lakshmipati left this planet and entered into the spiritual realm completely. That also we have heard. So dear devotees, we will pause here, and next time when we come back, then we will continue. That would be page 160 or 170. Yeah, we'll pause here, dear devotees, with your permission.